top of the top, LaMelo Ball. Let's go. Let's look at some highlights. We're going to start with top buckets. This is off-balance 30-footer to beat the shot clock.
Oof.
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 He's so exciting when he's out there, Boban.
This is the toughest shot ever. Off the spin. It should have been an and one, seriously.
Well, how about this mesmerizing one-legged step back?
It was a snatch back, though. It was almost like a sham guard with a step back off of one leg. It was something he created for sure.
We've shown a lot of threes, but he's got a game around the rim, too.
Yeah.
A little putback slam over Domantas Sabonis. All right, let's go to some top dimes. Let's start with a sweet behind-the-back look to Miles Bridges in the 2021 play-in tournament. Woo.
Nice.
It's coming from me.
Learned that from you?
Yeah. That's sick.
That behind-the-back thing is kind of what he does, though. He did it here, finding Mason Plumlee.
Ooh, that's
a little skip pass.
His court vision is up there with the best of them.
Yeah, he doesn't even need to look.
Yeah,
and then this full court pass connecting with Bridges one more time on this one. Underhand.
It's tough. It's not easy at all.
Walking highlight.
But the confidence you got to have just to throw that.
He exudes that for sure. How about some top razzle dazzle? We're going to start this one with a steal. And then between the legs, off the backboard, lob to Montrezl Harrell.
I love that.
Could you top that lob?
Who?
Yeah.
Yeah. Back in my day?
No, right now.
Right now, your son's here. You can throw one up for you.
They're so creative.
Off the backboard's become it almost is. We see it. There was a week last season when we saw it all the time. Woo-hoo-hoo.
And that was last night.
Yeah, that nutmeg. We might have to recreate that with you two in studio. LaMelo Ball, though, incredibly talented, right? It's just his availability. That's it. That's really dampened the start to his young career. He became the third player in Hornets history to average 25 points a night, but he's only played 47 games last season, and overall, he's missed 169 of a possible 400 games in his career. And we were talking, Tork, you think this is a pivotal year in LaMelo Ball's career with Charlotte? I do.
I think, this is going to be one of those years where he needs to get them into the postseason. If they don't, then they need to sit down at the round table, and figure out if they need to part ways. But let's live in the moment. Mm-hmm. And the moment is we're watching a box office talented young man in LaMelo Ball, right? Look at his numbers last year, 25 points per game, around about 8 assists. Here's the thing. He has to be a better defender, right? Like, averaging a little bit over three fouls a game. The only two people that were worse than him was Karl Anthony Towns and Jaren Jackson Jr.
Bigs,
right? And so, so as a leader, the guy that's the franchise player, you have to take ownership and you have to defend, right? And the rest will follow. We know he could do everything else. And last but not least, you talked about it, the availability. Being on the floor, being healthy. Some things you can't control, but some things you can control, right? How many times are you in the gym? How many times are you actually doing the correctives right before the weightlifting, right? So, again, the sky's the limit for this young man, but I believe with him and the Hornets, as far as their relationship, it is also on the clock. And with the East being wide open, they need to at least get in the playoffs, and it might be through the play-in.
I want to add something.
Go ahead. We want you to say something.
But the point when I say, he's so popular to the kids, every single kid asks me, you met LaMelo Ball? Every single kid, all over the world, everybody going, I play in China, I was in Serbia, I was in Istanbul. Everybody asked me the same question, about him. LaMelo Ball, it's, I think, fan favorite, kids' fan favorite, and he's my favorite too.
Yeah.
I like when he's on the court playing and have fun. It's amazing.
Same thing with me. I went to speak to a class of, little kids, elementary school kids, and the first question I got, do you know LaMelo Ball? His popularity is amazing. Boban, I have a quick question for you.
Quick question?
Yeah, quick question. So my hands to Boban's hands, if we take his camera 2 here. Kawhi Leonard's are about where?
It's here.
Kawhi Leonard is about there. So, all right, we think of Kawhi. That's insane. Let's talk about Kawhi Leonard and the Clippers here. They're facing the Kings in Sacramento, and the Claw has been, he has looked good this preseason, and he told me that he feels good as well. Kawhi, Coming off the screen, hits a little mid-range jumper, Perk.
I mean, you know, his game mimics MJ for a reason. That mid-post area is dangerous. And who is that? The senior citizen, CP3. I see him with the low little fade.
They have a tough 10-man rotation. I know you don't need all 10 in the playoffs, but man, CP throws the lob up to John Collins.
One of the best to ever do it.
Collins, 24
there
points
you go
in
again.
this one.
Look at the footwork.
Drains the jumper. He had 15 points in this game.
The fact that he's playing preseason is enough, Malika. Says a lot about how Kawhi is feeling about this season.
This team has options, this team has depth, and this team has James Harden with a really nice find there to DJJ with the finish. LA went on to win this one, and Kawhi Leonard told me he feels good right now. He's been more active this preseason than in recent memory. He's played over 27 minutes in the game against the Kings on Wednesday night. That is his most, Perk, in any preseason game since 2018, and that was the start of his lone year in Toronto, where he led them to a title. Mark it October 16th, 2025, Perk. I am excited for the Clippers and for what Kawhi Leonard can do here. Following a developing story out of Philadelphia, when we will see Philly stars, it feels like it's always a developing story, but we're developing again. We don't have the graphic to go with that. So Paul George has been working to come back into form after having arthroscopic knee surgery in July. And Nick Nurse said today that PG participated in a limited 5-on-5. The last two practices, that's reignited the question, when will he be available for Philadelphia? And when we have questions, Shams has the answers. The city of Philadelphia is waiting, Shams. When will Paul George be available this season?
Malika, I've been talking to people in Paul George's camp, and I'm told that it is not expected that he will be suiting up for opening night next Wednesday in Boston. I am told, though, that he is making significant progress after having off-season arthroscopic knee surgery, and a return, a debut, should be shortly into the regular season. He still has some check marks he has to hit from his rehab process, because remember, Paul George never got right last season after having a hyperextended knee. He had multiple other knee injuries in the preseason, early in the year, and every time he really rushed back because of not only the Sixers' start to the year, the other injuries this team had, Joel Embiid, other players. That was his first season in Philly as well. So Paul George never had the chance to be fully himself, fully healthy, and that's why being back exactly when he feels like he can be comfortable and sustain his health, that's been a big part of all of this, to not have a repeat of last season. So he's feeling better and better each day, each week, but the Sixers know they need Paul George to be Paul George, and so if it takes him some more time, he'll have to do that.
Yeah, a little bit slow and steady here for Paul George, an opportunity he really wasn't afforded last year. You mentioned Joel Embiid. We're still waiting to see his preseason or season debut. What more can you tell us about when we should expect maybe to see the big man back out on the floor?
Malika, the Sixers are hopeful that Joel Embiid can play Friday in their preseason finale, and as well as opening night next week in Boston. But like a lot with Joel Embiid, it is day to day. Every single game status for him is based on how he's feeling at practice, at shoot around, how his body is holding up day to day. And so that's Joel Embiid's status. A guessing game with Joel Embiid is something, obviously, a lot was done even internally in Philadelphia last year. So right now they're taking it day to day. There is a lot of hope, though.
Okay, still hope that we could see Joel Embiid, though, as soon as even the preseason. That's something that we didn't feel like we would be saying even a week or two ago. Shams, thank you so very much for that insight. To media athlete members, why not do one Bobby and Perk award here? This is the best off-season nominees. LeBron James, this is a heck of a picture. Klay Thompson, Victor Wembanyama, or was it Boban?
Oh, this is so me.
Who
Best
do we think?
off-season workout. I got to go with Victor Wembanyama. What he did, I'm going to go with Bobby.
I would say Boban.
Bobby, my bad. This is my first time seeing this.
Hey, that's going to do it for us.
Chopping wood.
It's been so much fun having you.
Thank you very much. I
want to try to boast at what I look like. Keep them going, try to wear, I pull up long range. Jimmy with the heat, I'm on fire. It's NBA over here, feeling good.